this might be Nike's craziest shoe yet. As you guys can see, you probably can tell, man, the comfort is crazy. That stack height is looking really beefy. It definitely looks unreal, and I had to see, is this shoe really worth $230? So we're gonna break that down. And after wearing this for about a couple of days, there was one thing that kind of like really surprised me that I'll break down in this video, so I did recommend stay tuned. And by the end of this video, you'll know whether this is the best Nike daily shoe you can go ahead and buy. So off rip, we gotta go ahead and talk about this shoe, what I have to think about it, man. This shoe is insane. So insane to the point where I had to get it in a women's shoe to go ahead and just get on the channel. I've been trying to get this shoe on the channel for a little minute. It has been anticipated in that running world for some time, you know, especially a couple months back, but they have a couple of colorways coming out that I've been seeing. But to be honest, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. But I had brought this shoe as a perfect shoe, I thought, for my aunt, because I was thinking she wanted a nice, comfortable, everyday shoe, and I was like, what other shoe could it be than this one? It feels very comfortable. It's very bouncy. I was even just hopping on it a second ago and just kind of like, you know, like jumping, kind of feeling that bounce. It is crazy. You can even see like the midsole kind of contour and kind of like, you know, go down, and kind of really shows you that like Zoom X. As you guys can see, I think it does say Zoom X on that side, but if it doesn't, it's just on this side. But yeah, very, very comfortable. Even the fit feels great. And I'm kind of thinking about a bunch of cons, but it's really hard. I feel like the stack isn't a con for me, because I definitely feel like it's not a big thing for me. I don't know. My aunt was saying it's a big thing for her, but for me, it's like, I don't know. I don't really mind that like platform type of look to it. I feel like it looks very futuristic. So man, that's maybe what I like about it. If it was me personally, not saying I don't like this colorway, but I would probably give me the colorway that's a little more white and like a red and orange, if you guys kind of feel the vibe. But this shoe, as always, will be linked in the description down below if you do want to purchase, and it is a affiliate link, so if you do purchase, it does support the channel, so I greatly appreciate that. So yeah, that is what I have to say about that. I will try to include as many colorways down below in the description as I can, but a lot of these are selling out pretty quickly, so you might have to buy resale. So yeah, that's what I wanted to go ahead and break down. That comfort is crazy. Let's go ahead and talk about overall my design and kind of like, you know, first impressions and things like that. So the first thing you notice about this Vomero Premium is just how tall it looks, for sure. The Nike really went all in with the stack height here, and it feels like you're standing on a mini foam tower. The upper has that premium engineered mesh with subtle reflective hits, and it's simple but sleek. Now the colorways, they're all pretty neutral, they're all wearable, and I feel like Nike does a really good job of doing that, and they're easy for like those gym fits and the casual drip. Now you guys, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw these in person, I thought, man, these are gonna be looking like some platform sneakers, but once I put them on, it's a whole different story. And now the design and first impressions is of course the first step, but what we're all really here for is that comfort. So let's go ahead and break down this underfoot feel and cushioning, and this is gonna be my best section of all, man. I feel like comfort is one thing. I feel like once you feel a good, comfortable sneaker, you can never go back to going like to wearing like a regular pair of Vans or Converse, especially willingly. But what I gotta say, the deal with this shoe right here, I gotta say, you got a nice ride. And I was kind of saying before, the comfort is great. I feel like I already kind of spoiled it, so I'm gonna kind of give you guys just a couple like the technical details and kind of like, you know, the features. When it comes to this shoe, you have that dual density Zoom X plus the SR02 foam combo and the Vomero Premium. That means you get a soft, responsive bounce from the Zoom X, but with that stability structure of the SR02 underneath. So what basically all that means is you get a soft, responsive bounce from that Zoom X, that I will show you guys on foot, with the stability and structure of SR02 underneath. Now, the translation, it's like walking on memory foam with control. I feel like you hear that a lot on the net. You hear, oh, this shoe feels like, oh, like I'm walking on clouds. But I gotta say, this right here, it feels like I'm 6 foot, but it also feels like it is comfortable. Like I can't lie. Like this shoe is comfortable. Like even looking at it, I'm gonna show you guys like how it really like contours down when I step into it. This shoe is really like the definition of comfort. Like I don't know what Nike did, but I feel like we're gonna see a lot of shoes doing this in the future. I feel like the New Balance More V5 has a similar thing. I don't know if the V6 still has that tall stack height, but I'm sure it does, because that's more of their more comfortable line. But man, what they did with this shoe, the only little tweak that might kind of be bad about the comfort is the support. I feel like it may, like, you know, like if you're doing a little bit of like too much activity, ankle rolls may be a problem. That's what I was just thinking off the top of my head. That's just what where my head's at currently. So I definitely want to say the comfort is definitely where like the crazy part of the shoe comes in, because it's super soft without even feeling sloppy, to be honest. So it's plush, but not mushy. But there's one thing that does mess with the feel a little, and it's not what you think. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the build and materials right now. And for a premium model, Nike actually delivered on the materials right here. The upper has that nice structured mesh. The padding around the collar feels super plush, and the tongue has this luxe foam finish. But the outsole, that's where I had a couple of questions. I feel like Nike used a thin layer of blown rubber, and kind of while it grips well, it definitely is more of a lifestyle comfort setup than a hardcore running one. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think about it if you guys have tried it. But if you're expecting the durability of the Pegasus line, I don't think this is what you're gonna get out of this shoe right here. That's just my personal opinion of that. But where the Vomero Premium redeems itself is in the one area I really didn't see coming. And in this next section, we're gonna talk about my wear test and kind of like the real world comfort from my perspective. So I've tested these for a couple of days in terms of daily wear, and not really daily wear to the extent of wearing them like crazily. I really just wear them around the house trying to feel them, because at the end of the day, I will be returning this sneakers, not because it's a bad sneaker, but because I feel like it's not the best investment, and I feel like I cannot be buying all these different sneakers, because as you guys can see, if you are not new to the channel, I do at least 4 sneaker reviews a week, so I feel like that'll be a lot of money each and every week on sneakers. But honestly, the ride in this shoe is buttery smooth. You can feel that ZoomX bounce underfoot every single step, and the way the foam compresses then rebounds makes it addicting. I gotta say, this is where you start to realize this isn't just a shoe, it's a whole walking experience. So for all my walkers out there, this is gonna be a great shoe. Even in terms of everyday wear, like, you know, going to the gym, things like that, this is gonna be a great one to go ahead and incorporate in daily life. But it's definitely not perfect. Obviously, each and every shoe has their own like cons and things like that. And the downside might actually be a deal breaker for some people. So we're gonna talk about some cons and things that you need to be aware of with this shoe. Now, I feel like a con, not really, but for some people, because I feel like some people, including my aunt, they don't like platform shoes. So for her, she's already pretty tall. She's almost 6 foot. Basically, might as well just call herself 6 foot. So I feel like it might make her run even taller. And I feel like, you know, some people don't want to run even taller, especially for a woman. They don't want to be too tall. So that could be a downside for you. Now with this tag height, it definitely will probably cause you to be uneasy because you're not used to like elevated shoes. So definitely it can feel unstable at first. Now it is pretty bulky. It's not crazy heavy. It's not pretty heavy at all, to be honest, compared to other shoes I've tried. But you'll notice it if you're coming from something that is Flyknit or Infinity, which is super light. And then the price at about $230, it's not cheap, especially when some Nike models with ZoomX cost a lot less. So if you want a couple of, you know, comparable options, if this is not in your price budget, but you still want a comfortable option that kind of fits the same aesthetic, comment down below and I'll give you at least 3 different options for sure. Now, this shoe is not perfect, but here's why I still think it's worth considering, especially if you value one thing above all. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about in this section who this shoe is for. So if you're the kind of person who wants a super comfortable stylish shoe for daily wear, this is probably gonna be in your lane. And the reason being is because you're not getting that race day performance, but you're getting that plushness, support, and premium feel all in one package. I call this one Nike's ultimate comfort flex shoe, and the one that doesn't care about speed and it's all about the vibe. But before I give you my final verdict, let's talk about whether I'd buy this shoe again. So after a couple of days of wearing the Nike Vomero Premium, here is gonna be my honest verdict. And this shoe is crazy comfortable. It looks sleek enough to wear with everyday fits, and it finally gives you that premium tag that has some real meaning to it. So with that being said, would I wear it to hoop? Obviously not. This is not a hooping shoe for sure. It doesn't have enough support, and it doesn't check enough boxes for it to be a hooping shoe. Would I wear it to the gym? For sure, maybe on those light days, you know, not like a leg day where like I'm not running, or I still would run in this shoe, but like I would wear it like on a day where I'm not really doing too much crazy things. Now, as far as running errands, traveling, and long days on your feet, I feel like this is where the shoe is gonna be 100% effective. I feel like you can't go wrong. Amusement parks, when you're on your feet all day, at work maybe per se, or things like that. I say if you have some foot pain, this shoe should be able to solve it for sure. Now, as far as I'm gonna give you guys a couple of rating breakdowns. The comfort is a 9.5 out of 10, basically perfect to the T. Style 8.5, I feel like they did really good with the style. Looks very futuristic and for its time. Durability 7.5 out of 10. I don't know, I feel like it could do better, but I feel like it definitely is durable. It's gonna last you a long period of time. So value, 8 out of 10, can't go wrong with the value. I feel like the price is a little too high, so maybe I could knock it down to a 7, but I feel like all things considered, the comfort is really gonna allow you to just, I feel like it's gonna give you that pep to your step. And you know, when you have that nice, comfortable, like, I feel like it's one of those things where if you feel good, you're gonna look good and perform good. So I feel like, you know, when you pay a certain value for things, I look at it as like, what's the return? Even though it is $210, I feel like it's, or $230, $240, it's gonna return a lot more to your life than that $240 will. So I definitely feel like it's worth it in that aspect. So yeah, Nike's craziest max stack shoe actually lives up to the hype, and definitely expect to be a couple inches taller with this shoe right here. So with that being said, for any of my people that just wanted to reach their 6-foot dreams, this shoe will help you definitely achieve that. Now, as far as this video, man, leave a like on it if it kind of helped you get like a better idea of what to expect when it comes to the shoe, and if you just overall liked it. It's a win-win situation and allow me to know what you guys want out of my content, and also allows me to reach a wider audience. So I greatly appreciate even you watching this video to the end. Now, that being said, you guys, comment down below what your first impressions are of the shoe, and I recommend, if you do want to kind of continue this journey, I have a bunch of different sneaker reviews, a bunch of different sneakers that kind of are comparable, and a couple of that I believe you'll like to add to your collection. So if you want to see what the latest and greatest sneakers has to offer, click the playlist right here, and I will see y'all there.